I think the biggest issue is probably the water. We've got to make sure that the canal doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen in the way that the governor's proposing it, that we have fresh water in that delta, so that our farmers, our families, if they divert the Sacramento River around the delta, it will destroy this community. And so whatever the campaign says, I got to go all out to stop that. I don't care what I have to do. We've got to stop that from happening. You know, I'm working with some other members of Congress, the 5 Delta County members that represent this area. We've stood shoulder to shoulder. We've called out, we've met with the BDCP participants. We've made it clear that the process needs to be open and transparent, that the Delta communities have to have a seat at the table. And we've gone to the press, and we're going to continue to fight it all the way. Now, there's going to be give and take, but the encouraging thing was that the BDCP actually started working, and the Fed started actually saying, well, we need to worry about the Delta communities. The water has to pass muster. You know, the species have to be protected. And then Governor Brown threw a bomb in the process about a month ago, so that blew it back up again. So I think we're in for a long fight, basically. It's corrosive. It just affects everything now. You know, we can't get hardly anything done. And I don't want to be too partisan myself on this issue, but you know, you got to be willing to compromise. You got to be willing to say, okay, if we need to take certain steps to end the deficit, then we got to take those steps. If it means cutting programs, then we need to cut programs. It means you know, looking at taxes, we have to do that. An absolute uncompromising position on anything is not helpful. We need to work across the table. And I feel like I've been pretty good about that. I mean, I've always been able to work with Republicans and Democrats on the veterans issues, on the housing issue. You know, I have a bipartisan bill out there on the short sales and so on. It's important when you produce legislation or produce a proposed legislation to work and make sure you get someone on the other side of the bill to co-sponsor that before you move forward, or it'll go nowhere. So I'm basically learning the tricks of the trade to make sure that we can, that what I do has some bipartisan support so I can get some things done for the district.